BB says, hey guys, when you go to SEO, marketing, is it ever ending content writing and backlink generating, or can you stop at some point? Yeah, I mean, it depends, but it always does. But that's mostly SEO, right? Developing content and generating backlinks. There's a number of other things that we do, but it's all about content and links, and engagement signals. Right now, engagement signals is a big part of that. So yeah, it really never ends. It's part of the business. So if you don't like writing, and I don't, hire writers. It's that simple. Or hire VAs and then have them learn how to write using various tools, which we've discussed at length over, on these Hump Day Hangouts for months and months and months. There are tools out there that just literally make it, you don't have to be a writer to develop outstanding content with the tools available now. I talked about this before, but outranking.io is by far my favorite. It's the best. But there are some other options that are quite good, like WriterZen on AppSumo. I love it. I absolutely love that tool. That's a great tool. We use that for our link building, for content, for link building stuff all the time. But yeah, you can, if you don't like writing, I don't like writing content. So I just learned how to use the tools enough to be able to produce SOPs so that I could train my lead blogger, but then subsequently additional bloggers or writers, content developers. And now they do all the writing. Like I don't have to anymore, other than occasionally when I have to develop some training for something. But I certainly don't like to write. I love building backlinks. So I do. I truly enjoy that. So BB says it's hard for a single person to do all SEO work, content writing the hardest. I agree. I hate writing. That's why I hire it out. Again, you can hire a writer, that's expensive, or you can hire a VA and teach them how to use tools that make writing easy. And then again, you're not doing it. Then it's their job, and they'll do it, right? You just provide the tool and then pay them to, learn how to use the tool. There's a couple of ways you can do that too, right? You can hire somebody, and as long as the tool that you're using or the app has really good training. WriterZen is a great example of that. WriterZen, I think his name is Daniel Nguyen, is the developer. He does all of the training videos too, and he's really passionate about his app, about WriterZen and his whole process. It's very thorough. He's got fantastic training. So you can hire a VA and make it part of their job to learn how to use the tool, where you don't have to learn how to use it. It's good if you have an understanding of it. But you can say, look, for the first 2 weeks, I'm going to pay you, or for the first week, if it's a full-time job, whatever it is that the arrangements you make, you could say, if it's a 40-hour a week engagement with that virtual assistant, you could say, look, for the first week, I want you to do nothing but learn how to use this tool. That's it. That's their job. You pay them for the week. They don't produce any content for you, or they could, but they learn how to use the tool at the end of a week. And on week 2, they start developing content. And of course, there's probably going to be some critiquing back and forth to get it right, to dial it in. But once they get it right, they're done. So you don't have to produce the SOPs and the training. I tend to do that for most of my VAs because there's very specific ways that I want things done, but you don't have to do it that way, right? You can hire a VA and have them, pay them hourly or however you've worked it out with them, and have that part of their job. Like, hey, look, you have to go through the training, the training that is available for the tool, and learn how to use it. That way you're not taking the time for it. I don't enjoy using those tools at all. I just don't like writing. So anyway, do you think that all should be outsourced and only money should be invested and no time at all? No. I disagree. I like to spend time on stuff that I enjoy doing. Like I do enjoy I like link building. I like looking at the data. I like analyzing competitors, and I do, for whatever reason, I'm just a nerd like that. So I enjoy that. I enjoy the link building part of things, but I hate writing. I don't like, there's a ton of things that I don't like, that I outsource as much of that as I can, but there are things that I do enjoy doing. So I tend not to outsource that. Although there are times where it makes sense to still outsource it so that you can focus on even higher level stuff. Like, for example, I might enjoy link building, but is that the best use of my time when I could be out selling link building services? Does that make sense? So should I be on sales calls with local SEO agencies, or should I actually be like assigning domains and target URLs and anchor text. No. And so that's why my project manager is actually taking over that for me. She's in training. But because I've always done that for months for my link building business, has been the one to assign the domains to each project and then assign the target URLs and the anchor text. She's in training for that now so that I can focus more on selling, prospecting, and sales, which is going to generate more revenue. But I do enjoy that part of it. So again, outsource the shit you don't like and you don't want to do, or the really time consuming stuff. That should be number one priority. Get rid of the stuff that's eating up all your time or that you don't enjoy doing, or both. And ideally both. Once you have that outsourced, now you can focus in on what you do enjoy doing, refining your processes, right? Then and then figuring out how to make more money, right? Generate more revenue. And so sometimes that means that you have to give up some of the stuff that you enjoy doing and delegate that as well, so that you can focus on the marketing side of things, the prospecting and sales and marketing, which is, I've said this many, many times to you, BB, as well as to many others. If you want to get good in this business and make money, learn how to sell, learn prospecting and sales, because you can find people to execute, to fulfill SEO services for you. The hard part is selling it. So if you can get good at selling it, that's how you can make money, because you can always find people to fulfill for you. And then it's just about selling at a high enough price to where you can pay your fulfillment providers and still have a profit margin left after everything else, after all tools, apps, subscriptions, and personnel are paid. You still have some profit to take home for yourself. Does that make sense? Again, I love SEO. I teach SEO, but the best piece of advice that I could give to anybody is to focus on learning how to sell SEO first, because if you know how to sell it, you can get it fulfilled. And if you have a desire to learn how to do it, you can still learn how to do it if you want, but do it from a position that you have revenue coming in, right? If you've got money coming in, you can buy tools, you can buy training, you can join mastermind groups. So, and instead of learning SEO and thinking that, oh man, all I got to do is learn how to rank shit and I'm going to make money. Bullshit. We all the time we see that people coming into the business, they want to learn SEO because they think that they're going to make money if they know how to do SEO. And that's not true at all. Learn how to sell it first. And then you can always learn how to do SEO once you have revenue coming in. And that can kind of fuel your pay for your education, pay for apps and tools and everything else. So it's a good question though. Okay, we're almost out of time. We got one more question, unless we had some on YouTube, which I didn't even check.